Well, it's funny you mentioned the strategic error in the 30-year mortgage hitting 5.25, Jack.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reflecting
Just
on
got
the
back from the
human
recruiter
cost of
station
Russia's invasion.
again.
This is
Still
Moscow
not sounding real
refocuses its
great.
forces for what is
I met them
expected
all.
to be a brutal assault
I'm
on
sure
eastern
that the
Ukraine. Let's bring
guy
back in General
just
Jack
got
Keane.
back. They
Thank you
went
so much
up
for being
there,
with us
told
this
me
morning.
no
And
because
I thought that
tattoos
answer was
and old
very
charges from
real,
3 years
right?
ago.
So we can look for here from
You
the
know,
West
they,
and
they
say,
got to
wow, they
ask you
kept Kyiv,
stupid
and
ass
that's amazing.
questions
But
that, of
he
course,
has
in
had
my
to go and witness
circumstances,
firsthand
well, they're
that
as a
savagery
person on
in
the other side of
Bucha,
the table
and
with you.
he's wondering
The
if they
fucking
actually did win.
paperwork to what
What do
they
you think of that?
output with you when I've been
Well, certainly,
to a lot of interviews, bro. A lot. I know how they go. I got a specialty on how I like to hit somebody information and again train the basic soldier. First person, first contact, might as well be a gray alien. And as far as I know, in this universe and duality and particle wave slits, I don't need to differentiate that. Honestly, I don't need to explain it to you.
But I mean, it gets to a problem, I think, that the United States and NATO has to a certain degree.
She's like, right off the hop, they called me back, told me to come check it out on the phone. But when I hit him on the phone last time, I was like, well, did you do the depositions thing, or is this just somebody else filling in some Purdue fill-in for what it does in town? Now, I've been there a lot of times. I can't even get them to look at the books. I want to try to explain to them that's this, but they're stuck in the drug and alcohol frame rate instead of looking at Binghamton. You know, the area operation is Binghamton from that recruiter station, regardless of who comes in.
I think is in error
Doing.
and misplaced, and the reason why they're doing it, Dana, is because they want to.
You're going to look at Binghamton the same way I play Hancock as far as the school has a cost, the police station has a cost, they're on cycles and wave functions of those models when you go to do every single site in here. Now, I don't expect the recruiter to do it. I'm not mad at the recruiter. I'm not mad at, kind of pissy at that head staff that really hasn't got it through the head to at least take a case by case. You got 685 for dual diagnosis right in front of you. Have them do a practice thesis on it. Have them do that. Do you understand the concept to why you can't be smoking pot on the field? And I tell you, hey, I'm not that type. There's a different way about it. Now, I can sit right across the table from you. You're going to have to fucking believe me. Or not believe me. Or make an adult damn decision. Anyways.
Your diplomacy is destroying my
inside of there, again, I don't get to break this out, but I had my books. You know, I'm waiting cock-a-lock to start getting into 150 with you with just this barracks and the beep-beeps of the computer. It's hard, you know, here I'm a civilian, but I got the guy in back who will just tackle him and start typing in the computer, grab the alien spacecraft and start driving and fixing out the problems. The other side of me is Ben, the worker, in the position that has some asshole on top of the world thinking they own everything. And I'm not saying it's the recruiter, I'm not saying it's the upper staff, but it's the problem of it's the same problem I saw in drug and alcohol, to the issue and what you said that there was. The housing, the BAH, the mortgage at 30-year mortgage to what you're doing, but this is a 4-year contract with maybe 2 years of ready reserve, I think is what it is, at least at the baseline. And that's not just important to Uncle Sam, that's important to Lady Liberty and any of the other Masons that are out there, because then you have something to graphic off of. By not doing that, out in the real world, you don't have a choice. They want to set you next to a fucking meth junkie and have you work with them for the next 10 years because you all hammer it out. That's fucking life. Especially with these therapies and these things that we have all these doctrine for in terms of how the grammatics are done from a zenith of a site when we're going round robins. Now, it's one thing to say I'm going to come through there and do something like that. But if I were to take over that command post of that recruiter station, I'm going to be looking at Binghamton like my area operation to have this thing bunkered down.
No doubt talk to you multiple times this week as this war is not over. Thank you.
Catch you next one, Jack.